These are the top 4 suburbs that you should consider moving to in the Austin area. In no particular order, we're going to start out with Dripping Springs, Texas, also known as the gateway to the hill country. And actually, I just found out while doing research for this, it is the wedding capital of Texas. So you can imagine how beautiful this place is if you have lots of weddings around the area. The median home price is around $799,000. Now, as you guys remember, this could honestly be way above that, or it could be below that. And so, but just as a median home price is $799,000. We are approximately 30 to 35 minutes from downtown Austin, depending on the traffic. And there are beautiful master plan communities in this area. In fact, we have helped several families find homes. For example, in the Headwaters master plan community, which is beautiful. I'll give you an example of this family. Actually, I found me here on YouTube because they reached out and scheduled that Zoom, and we helped them move from the New Jersey area. And one of their hesitations, I'll tell you a story, they were super worried about moving to the area because they have 2 little girls. I think at the time they were 7 and 10, and they were super concerned that they were not going to make any friends. Julio, we just don't know if we should make the move. Are they going to make friends? Are they going to adjust? Well, fast forward a month or 2 after they moved, I called them just to see how they were doing. And the kids loved it. They don't even remember, New Jersey and where they were before because they have so many friends. And in this particular community, beautiful amenity center, tons of activities for you and the kids, especially if you have a younger family. Lots of young families as well. And they have all kinds of activities for the family. And so this is a perfect opportunity for you guys if you're trying to raise a family, because the other thing with Dripping Springs, Texas, it has a top-ranked school district. And again, guys, beautiful openness, beautiful greenery, the hill country of Texas, so you get those hills, and it has that true kind of that hill country feel. There's another master plan community called Calitera. You guys have seen those videos as well, and I helped a family, young family also, build their dream home or from the ground up. In this particular community, we'll be bringing you videos actually about this community because you have a and you guys have seen videos about this builder before, Drees Custom Homes, which you can do just about anything with them because they're semi-custom. You want to take down the wall, do you want to add this, do you want to add that, you can do that with them. And then they also, I believe the Pulte's still selling there, which is at a lower price point, but price ranges in this community could be anywhere from the $600,000 and then all the way up into the $2 million. So depending on your price point, this is a great, beautiful community as well. One of the cool things that they've done with this one is that there's not a ton of homes. What the developer wanted to do was to have a lot of green spaces, trails, a little creek that's cutting across the community, a lot of green spaces. That was the goal of the developer. So beautiful community. Also, if you're looking for acreage, if you're looking for more space, Dripping Springs is a great opportunity to get that. I'll give you an example. Another family that we helped, they actually lived in Dripping Springs already. I think they live on about a half an acre home, about 3,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms with a casita where he has a gym and then also an in-law suite, a pool, you name it, perfect setup. But they're like, hey, Julio and the team, we want to get our dream home, our dream estate, right? And we were able to find them an amazing property sitting on 20 acres, 3 structures. One is the main house, which I believe it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. And then the other structures, let me give you some of the details here. Anyway, so 20 acres. The main structure, it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and it has a porch all around the property. Then the second structure has a 1 bedroom apartment, so for families when they visit. And then the third structure is a 2-car garage with a 1 bedroom apartment attached. But anyways, 20 acres, guys, in the price, $1.4 million in Dripping Springs, Texas, 20 acres. Amazing property. And we actually just found out, they got such a good deal. We just found out that the property right next to it, which is 16 acres, it actually sold for $2.8 million. But anyways, the family that we helped, now they have cows, they have longhorns. If you're familiar with longhorns, they're literally the ones with the long horns, and that's the mascot for the UT football team or the UT University. I can't say it. University of Texas. Jeez, I've been here my whole life and I can't even say it. But anyways, if you're looking for properties, if you're looking for acreage, Dripping Springs is a great opportunity to do this. And then amenities, you know, it's a little bit quieter, it's a little bit calmer than what you get, you know, in downtown Austin or some of the other suburbs perhaps. But you still have a lot of amenities. You have breweries, you have distilleries, if you still like to have a couple of drinks here and there on the weekends. And then they also have, and I keep forgetting of the name, but they have this kind of a main theme park, so to speak. They have pickleball courts. They have other things for you and the kids. You also have an HEB. You actually have now 2 HEBs. They have a giant HEB that they just built outside of the Belterra master plan community as well, more established community. So again, Dripping Springs, Texas, why it's one of the top suburbs that people are looking for. Top ranked school districts, beautiful master plan communities, neighborhoods, and you're still within 30 to 35 minutes from downtown Austin. Now on to number 2. But before we do that, let's talk about something that people that reach out here on YouTube, we've kind of had a little bit of difficulty with setting realistic expectations. So a lot of the videos that you guys see from me, you know, especially the ones that are in the $300,000 range, they've done really well on this channel. But a lot of people realize when you come and visit, you realize that the home that you're looking for is not necessarily in the price point that you're looking for. Because in order to check all the boxes that you need, you may have to come up on price. So very important to have realistic expectations. When we're talking about homes either right around 300,000 or below, let's say 350. Let's just set a mark like that. Typically, those neighborhoods, you can find brand new homes. Don't get me wrong, brand new homes, but they're not going to have a ton of amenities around them. Typically, they're in an up-and-coming area like Buda, Kyle. You're still within easy access, 15, 20 minutes from everything that you need. But around it, even though they're brand new homes, it may not be the most developed. But remember, Austin has been growing so much, and it's going to continue to grow, that before you blink your eyes and open your eyes, all this is going to be developed. So it's a good time to get in when the prices are much lower. But the point that I'm trying to make is that have realistic expectations. If you're looking for a 2,500 square feet home, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, it is not going to be around $300,000. I hate to tell you this, especially if you're trying to stay within 35 to maybe 45 minutes from downtown Austin. It's just not going to happen. So very important to keep in mind. And so I just wanted to make that point. So now on to number 2, Bee Cave, which a lot of people don't talk about. This beautiful suburb, also a higher price point. We're talking about a median home price of around $887,000. And then you're about 35 to 45 minutes from downtown Austin, depending on the traffic. We actually were just helping a family that reached out from Seattle. They're looking to move to a warmer climate. They were like, hey, Julio, we're just tired of the rain and the gray skies, and we just can't handle it anymore, and we want to come down here. Their budget was a lot higher than obviously what we're talking about so far, but they were in the $3 million range, and we were able to find them great options. And I think we've narrowed it down. But now they need to take care of some personal stuff, and then they are going to make a decision on which neighborhood they're going to go with. Now, something to keep in mind, they made the right choice of reaching out, creating a plan, and then visiting Austin to truly find out if they like Austin. For example, this week alone, it's been in the hundreds. I was just filming for you guys, and it was 105 to 108. Now, of course, I'm sweating the whole time, but I'm used to it. I don't mind it at all. But for you guys, make sure that you come down, especially during this time. Honestly, up until October, it's still going to be kind of hot. So make sure that you come out and visit. Now, if you're one of those that are like, hey, I don't need to go see it, no problem at all. then we can also help you. We just helped a family from New Jersey, another family from the New Jersey area, New York area, find a brand new home in Round Rock. I believe that it was around $430,000, brand new, 4 bedrooms plus a study, 3 bath. So there's also those options. But back to Bee Cave. I know I digress. So I apologize. Bee Cave is also the hill country. The beautiful thing about Bee Cave, you have master plan communities, you have gated communities, that community that I mentioned where you're in the $3 million range, gated, beautiful, half acre to 3/4 of an acre, top builders like Sitterly Homes, Ames, and another one that I can't remember right now, but custom made homes, high quality, luxury, just elegant homes, and builders that have been around for a while and they know what they're doing. So if that's what you're looking for, that is definitely an opportunity. Obviously, you have Rough Hollow, which is in Bee Cave as well, and then part of it, I believe it's in Lakeway, but beautiful neighborhood, which they actually have boat access to Lake Travis. So if you have a boat, or if you want to have that boat life type lifestyle, you will also have that accessibility as well. And those builders out there, and I believe that they're finishing up some building, and so opportunities are getting very, very slim. So make sure to reach out if you want to get into a master plan community like that one. And then if you go a little bit more west, you have Sweetwater, which also has beautiful top rank builders like Weston, Perry Homes, and I'm forgetting some of them right now, but that's definitely an option to look for. Beautiful master plan community, and actually, when you drive into it, it feels very different. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like Texas, because you have these homes perched up on the hill, and it doesn't feel like, kind of your typical Texas type community. So really, really nice community to check out. Another thing about Bee Cave is that you don't really have to go into downtown Austin, because you have the Hill Country Galleria right there, where you have everything that you need. You have kind of your typical big box retailers. You also have some retail stores. You have a movie theater there. And then they also have events on the park. They have concerts outdoors as well. And as far as Bee Cave is concerned, it kind of feels like Dripping Springs also. Either south or more like, southwest, southeast. You can also find properties on acreage. And then you have easy access to the Lakeway golf courses if you actually are a golfer and you want to join some of those golf courses. So that kind of gives you an idea of Dripping Springs and Bee Cave. They're pretty close to each other, and right in between the two, because you have Dripping Springs here south, and then you have Bee Cave a little bit further up north. And right in between the two, you can find a lot of neighborhoods, beautiful neighborhoods. Another neighborhood that we're going to be bringing you a video about called Province. They also a master plan community, beautiful community, top ranked builders as well, like Weston, Dries, David Weekley, Ashton Woods, you name it. Beautiful, beautiful builders as well. And that's another community to check out. Also with Bee Cave, the last thing is that it has a top-ranked school district like Lake Travis ISD, just like Dripping Springs does as well. So now, moving on to number 3. And you guys have heard me talk about this area because I'm really, really excited about this area in particular and what it's to come and what it will continue to come. And it is the Buda and Kyle area. And I usually group them together because Buda is a little bit smaller than Kyle, and so I just grouped them together because the price points are around the same as well. But the median home price, give or take, is around $429,000. Now, and we help families all the time, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. I know you saw the beginning of this video where we were a little bit higher in price point, but now if you're a first-time home buyer, you can definitely find options in the low $300,000 and even below $300,000. But like I talked about at the beginning of the video, you have to have realistic expectations of what that home is going to look like. It is more of your starter home. It is typically for a first-time home buyer or an investor if you're looking to invest in an up-and-coming area. The home is typically going to be anywhere from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, maybe 3 bath, 1 story typically, and then between 1,400 square feet to maybe 1,600 square feet. Perfect home if this is your first home. Brand new with all the warranties. and guys, some of the promotions that they're having and the incentives. And again, by the time you watch this video, I don't know when you'll be watching it, but right now, as we speak in August, some of our clients have locked in a 3.99% interest rate, which is insane to think about. Think about that payment. Just to give you a quick example, if you have a $350,000 home and you give them, let's say, the market rate at 6.5% for that home, $350,000, total payment is going to be around $3,100, and that's including your tax rate, that's including homeowners insurance, principal and interest, and the PMI. If you put the minimum down, which, by the way, on a $350,000 home, 3.5%, which is the minimum down payment, is around $12,000, give or take. Your payment at 6.5%, which is what the market is at right now, $3,100. If you get the same exact home, $350,000, minimum down payment of $12,000, give or take, and then you get it for a 3.99% interest rate, your payment is going to be around $2,400 a month. That's how much that interest rate affects your monthly payment. So it is a great time to take advantage of a promotion like that. It may not be $399. Let's say that you don't like that builder, you don't like that community. How about 4.5, 4.75, 5.5? Your payment can still be well below $3,000. So that's just to give you an idea. So yes, in Kyle Buda area, you can find homes around $300,000, from $300 to $400 easily. If you're an investor, we have communities too that are brand new duplexes, which are impossible to find within 30 to 45 minutes from the downtown Austin area. We can help you with that as well. And then, of course, the Kyle Buda area, up and coming, so many new developments, commercial and mixed use, like the Vive Park, the brick and mortar. You also have a Sprouts is going to open a brand new grocery store, a $1.1 million brand new store. Costco just came in about 2 years ago. I know that Tesla bought some warehouse space down there. You also have a brand new movie studio that's coming in San Marcos, which is only about 15 minutes from Kyle, give or take 15, 20 minutes. So just imagine all the development, all the jobs that are coming to the area. And then you're like, hey, Julio, well, I like that, but I don't want a home between $300,000 to $400,000. We can afford a bigger home than that. Guess what? Kyle has that. And I made a video about that. Beautiful community. It's kind of the start of the hill country. And you can find homes like, Perry Homes, Chesmar, Highland, and those top ranked builders. And you can find homes, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 square feet at a much, much lower price because you're in the Kyle Buda area. And you have that option as well. And then as far as the commute, give or take, depending on how the traffic is around South Park Meadows and then getting into downtown, you're looking at anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes to get to downtown, sometimes more depending on the traffic. Easy access to the airport, especially if you take the toll road and you go up the east side, right? And you get it from the east side of the airport. So again, I will keep saying it. If you're a first-time home buyer, there are options for you in the Buda Kyle area. If you're an investor, there are options for you as well. And if you're like, hey, no, I'm more of a step-up buyer, but I also don't want to pay the premium that you have in Dripping Springs or Bee Cave, you can find options there too. But keep in mind, realistic expectations are very, very important. And now on to number 4. We have Hutto, Texas, which I've been talking about Hutto for a long time, for the past 3 to 4 years. And the reason why Hutto is still very attractive and will continue to be for the next 10, 15 years is because you have a huge investment just 12 minutes east of Hutto. And it is the Samsung plant, a $17 billion investment that's coming 12 minutes from Hutto. So that, just imagine how many jobs, how much more development that's coming to the area. In fact, I know that Hutto just opened up a brand new master plan community, and then another one is coming in the next year or so, actually in the next 6 months to a year, a brand new master plan community, beautiful community. And then price point wise, even though the median home price is around $399,000, You can definitely find options for $350,000, $360,000, depending on where you want to be in Hutto. And yes, you can find brand new homes with amazing incentives like the ones I mentioned before. But again, you also have to have realistic expectations of what kind of home you're looking for that price point. If we're talking about, $350,000 to $360,000, it's going to be a 3-bedroom, maybe with a study, around 1,500 square feet, give or take, right? So again, more of a starter home. If you're looking for a bigger home, they also have that option too. Another reason why I like Hutto, and it's one of the top suburbs that I'm mentioning here, is because it's right next to Round Rock. And as you know, if you've been doing research, Round Rock is one of the more established cities / suburbs in the area. And so Hutto being right next to it, you have easy access to that. So the Kalahari Resort, the Dell Diamond, Brushy Creek Trail and Park, the Old Settlers multi-purpose complex, I've mentioned it before. You have a ton of soccer fields, cricket field, pickleball courts, I believe they're bringing them, batting cages for baseball, trails, you name it. They also have concerts on the park as well. And I believe it connects to, actually, it does connect to the Dell Diamond. So you have all those attractions within 15, 20 minutes from Hutto, depending on the traffic as well. So Hutto is a very, very attractive suburb and city that you should consider. As far as the commute goes, we're talking about, on average, 45 minutes to downtown Austin, let's say. If you take the toll road, you're going to shave off, maybe about 8 to 10 minutes. Again, it's all dependent on the traffic because Hutto is on that northeast corner. And so if you're taking I-35, you're going to have to cut across and then come down to downtown Austin. But again, if you're living in a suburb like that, you're not looking to be going to downtown Austin that often. The reason why you're living up there is because you're either looking for a lower price, or maybe you work at Samsung and you just don't want that big of a commute. But you're very close to Round Rock and everything that it has to offer, and you don't really need that many amenities. And then you're also close to Georgetown, which has a really awesome downtown and also other amenities as well. So again, Hutto and Kyle, like I mentioned before, as far as, according to niche.com, as far as the school districts go, they usually ranked around a B grade. So comparing it to Dripping Springs and Bee Cave, a little bit lower, but this is according to niche.com. That is also something to consider, especially if you're a young family, but definitely a up-and-coming suburb, just like the Kyle and the Buda area, and one that you should consider in the next upcoming 10 years or so. So again, guys, remember to keep realistic expectations and make sure to check out this video and this video and these 2 videos to find out more. Adios.